Fordsixfo, and today we've got my beautiful 2018 Shelby GT-350 behind me that we're actually going to be selling today. It's definitely been a fun run with the GT-350, but today it's time to say one last goodbye. Thanks to Georgia Big Trucks, we're going to be upgrading to bigger and better things, and we've actually got transport all the way on the way today to pick up this car behind me and to deliver my new car. And I'm super excited, especially after driving this one for the past couple months. It's really got me hyped up for this new one. So let's go ahead, give this Shelby behind us one more startup and listen to that Gorilla attack exhaust. I'm really going to miss this car, but let's enjoy one more cold start. Sounds just as good, if not better. So now we wait on transport to see what we got. Finally, the transporter is here to drop off our new car. So let's go ahead, get this hatch open and see what we've got. Georgia Big Trucks for hooking me up with this car and finding me exactly what I wanted. But let's go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison of my old GT-350 to this brand new 2021 GT-500. First of all, both of these Shelbys have the 5.2-liter V8 engine, the 350 coming in at 526 horsepower, and then the GT-500 coming in at a whopping 760 horsepower. All around, the front end of this car is just way more aggressive. The grille a lot larger, allowing for a lot more airflow, and we've got that huge Shelby badge up front. Let's go ahead and go over the main difference between these two cars, and that's going to be the Supercharger. So let's pop the hood. So first, we're going to pop the hood, and then a cool feature the GT-500 also has is these two little hood buttons. Now let's go ahead and pop the hood. And from factory, this car comes equipped with that huge supercharger, and we've got a JLT cold air intake on here as well. Just a beautiful engine-based setup. But let's go ahead, pop the GT-350 and show the difference. The intake on the 350 being a whole lot smaller, and you can definitely say this 5.2-liter engine looks a whole lot different. Without that massive supercharger, this car's engine bay just looks complete, and I think that's definitely what this 350 was missing power-wise. And another major difference is that this car has a 7-speed automatic dual clutch versus the 350 with a 6-speed manual transmission. And now, without talking about the engines on both of these cars, let's go ahead and move on to where we spend most of the time, inside the car. Moving on to the interior on the GT-500, since the car does weigh a little bit more, they went ahead and swapped out the seats to the non-powered seats to save some weight. And hopping into the seat, it's a whole different type of feel. The display of the vehicle, we've got a full digital cluster now. Check it out. And of course, you've got your active exhaust to adjust the sound, normal, sport, and track mode. You can hear it chirping back there, opening up the valves. And of course, we've got quiet mode as well, but we're definitely going to leave that one turned up. As soon as I got in the car, I was still used to actually driving manual, so I went to grab for the stick, but of course now we've just got this little dial knob to take the car out of gear. Moving on to the steering wheel, we've got that same Alcantara feel with some white accents, but now we've got paddle shifters on both sides. And both seats have a huge Shelby logo on them, some nice white and black leather, and the whole main middle part is that Alcantara, as well as the car has two little small seat sections in the rear. You can see how huge the sides are on the seat to keep you locked in place and not moving anywhere. And going from the GT-350 to the GT-500, you can see how much cleaner these wheels are. And then we've got those Brembos painted red, looks awesome. Moving on to the rear ends on both cars, as you can see, the GT350 spoiler is very small, as well as the exhaust tips. And then if you look at the taillights, they're just flat and simple. But if we come over to the GT500, like I said, this car is just more aggressive all around. Those taillights stand out a lot more. And then if you see the spoiler, it just goes back a lot farther. It's got those two deep pockets, and it just gives it a way more mean look. And then, huge difference. The exhaust tips on this car is just insane. It's almost like a diesel truck. It looks like it has some 4-inch exhaust tips, and they're chrome. They look a lot better than the old covers on the GT350. And then just simple things like the rear badge on the GT500, just a way cleaner look and a lot larger Shelby emblem. One thing I do have to say that I like about my GT350 a lot more right now is that the windshield is tinted. I think once we throw some tint on the front of this car and it makes it all blacked out, it's gonna look 10 times better. But guys, that's enough talking about both of these cars. It's time for transport to pick up the GT350, and we're gonna be saying goodbye to it. And then it's time for us to finally take this GT500 for our first test drive and see how we like it compared to this other car. And just like that, the other transporter is here to load up the GT350 and take it away. Definitely gonna miss this car. Barely squeezing up in that trailer. That Borla Attack exhaust sounds insane. But sadly, that's gonna be our last sight of the GT350. It was fun while it lasted. And before we take the car out, I'm going to go ahead and give it some ceramic coating wax in the meantime before we get the car fully paint corrected and professionally ceramic coated. And it's finally the following morning and we got some daylight out now, so let's go ahead and take the GT500 for the first drive. And we finally pulled it out of the shop. We've got some daylight now, so we're gonna go ahead and take the GT500 for its first drive. But man, does it just look good with that ceramic coating wax on there now. Gonna keep it a little bit protected. And doesn't that exhaust just sound amazing, especially for a completely factory system? Definitely impressed so far, but let's go take this thing for a drive. Okay guys, we're taking the car for the first drive now. I'm super excited just from the way this thing sounds, especially compared to the GT350. It's still just as loud, if not louder. The only thing I'm really feeling a little bit different about is there's nothing to shift with. You're just kind of doing it by the paddles or letting the car kind of work by itself. So let's go ahead, get on the main road and see what this thing really has compared to the 350. Gonna do a little 60 roll pull. Dang, that thing is crazy fast, and those Brembo brakes put in work on this car too. I have to say, this thing knocks the GT350 out of the waters performance-wise, and especially how well the car handles itself on the road, even with it being a little bit of a rougher road. The car just feels completely controlled and safe. I've got to say, even at a higher speed, this thing just is amazing. I'm very excited, and I'm very happy about this purchase, and I can't wait to see what we do and change to it. But it's already definitely going to have to be one of my dream cars for sure. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you thought about the video, and let me know if you prefer the GT350 or my brand new 2021 GT-500. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more content just like this, and a lot coming for this GT-500 and a new truck we're going to be picking up soon. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.